You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
How are you, brah? What's going on?
Mate, fucking 6 a.m. Sydney time.
You good?
6
Yeah,
a.m.
mate,
sunrise, just fucking getting over there, making, getting up early, setting alarms.
You got to get after it, mate. The early bird gets the worms. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, it's not really worm season in Sydney though at the moment, you know what I mean? So it's like there's fuck all worms going on. So it's like,
Mate, it's spring, bro. That's when the fucking worms are getting into their worms.
Yeah, but not the worms.
Smack bang in the middle of worm season, mate.
No, not the right kind of worms. Not the right kind of worms. No, I've just got a quick question here because obviously, so I'm hearing like laggy shit with young Edward. Is that going to pick up on recording, or is it just it is what it is?
Not on his local file.
Okay. I mean, a bit of lag is I guess not that big of a deal considering you are on the other side of the world, metaphorically and literally.
Well, I literally am on the other side of the world, Tom. And the internet at where I'm staying is fucking horse shit. So shout out to that. Shout out to the Embassy Suites of the Hilton. A stunning establishment, Tom. Probably the nicest place I've ever stayed. And the internet reflects it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The internet reflects it.
I mean, your fucking mouth, certainly. You look like we're in a foreign film and you've been overdubbed. So, this is obviously going to be one of those real work in progress moments. Shout out to Big Day Rosé, quickly, one of the great rosés all time. Essentially sold out again. I think there's maybe like 26 packs left. So, it's sold out. What I also, Edward, wanted to beat our dicks about was we were entered into one competition, the New Zealand International Wine Festival, and we came second. Now, I'm not celebrating a second because obviously we should have come first and it was political and Big Rosé's wigging out because we're the new kids on the block and we're fucking ruffling some feathers. So they didn't give us first place. But essentially we've come first in the first fucking wine competition we've been entered in. So the International New Zealand Wine Festival.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to sit here and say that the judges were bribed, but I'm also not saying that happened either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we all know who should have got the gold. It was Big Day Rosé. Big Day Rosé is undefeated, both literally and metaphorically.
Yeah.
I see it as a shallow victory to whoever the fuck got the gold.
Well,
but
no one
essentially
knows.
We got the gold, Tom.
No one knows who got the gold. Exactly. Is anyone talking about who got gold? No, they're all talking about who the fuck were those young, hot guys who got silver.
Tom, there isn't a single one of our listeners that could tell you who got gold. That's how little people care.
No one gives a shit.
No one gives a fuck.
They could tell you who got silver. They could tell you who was robbed for gold.
Yeah, 100%. And they tell you Big Day Rosé.
Yeah.
Selling like hotcakes. The punter and the dribbler are catching on. They know. It's the greatest rosé of all time.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. HelloSport.shop.
What else do you need to say?
HelloSport.shop. I will say this. Where possible, punters and dribblers, you need to be serving this shit at temperatures so low just before freezing. You don't want it to be slushy, obviously, but whatever the temperature is that is just pre-slush, where it's just as fucking cold as possible. That's the ideal temperature.
Would that be 1 degree, Tom?
I don't know. Would it start slushing at 1 degree and then freeze at 0? Because there'd be a period where it would just turn to slush before it turns to solid, right?
Well, let me ask you this. Slush is a form of freezing, is it not?
Well, it's certainly freezing in, like, it's partially frozen.
Part of it's freezing, right? Part of it
so I guess it would have to be partially 0 degrees, right?
You would have to think so, Tom. I mean, I'm not a huge science guy, but I would assume, I could be wrong.
Of course
I would assume that 1 degree is what you're looking for.
Well, wine actually freezes at about -5 degrees Celsius.
So we can get to 0.
You could get to 0 and be safe.
Because there is alcohol. Alcohol
Yeah.
doesn't freeze, right?
Well, yeah, but there's small amounts of alcohol.
Some does.
But like straight alcohol doesn't freeze. But
Yeah.
obviously it's not straight alcohol.
When we used to go on holidays to Fiji, we would come back, like every time we'd come back, you would see that like the local people had broken into our house and drunk our alcohol because they'd half fill up the vodka in the fridge or in the freezer with water. And so half the bottle was frozen when you come back and cracked. Dad was like, well, okay. Those motherfuckers have been back in there. Stealing our vodka.
Good for them.
Fucking oath. I would have
Good
done
for
that.
them. And
That
they
was the
would've
first
thought-
time I realised if I ever want to steal vodka, I need a better plan. That was what I learned
Mate,
from that.
well, that's a lesson learnt, Tom. And not a lesson you ever forget either.
I've never forgotten that lesson, and I have stolen vodka off my parents as a young whippersnapper. I had a dream last night that I got kicked out of a pub for giving Evie alcohol.
What a weird dream.
So weird, dude. So weird.
What'd you give her? Big day rosé?
Someone came up to me and was like, dude, you gave your daughter a beer. I'm like, no, I didn't. She's fucking 2.5. And it's like, why she got a beer? And I look down and she's holding one. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Did she have a sip? Was she necking it?
She must have had a sip, dude. I got kicked out. You know, the establishment
must have
seemed
had a sip.
reasonable. I must have done the wrong thing.
She must have had a sip, mate. She must have had a sip. Good on her.
Yeah, good on her. How are you, mate?
How are you, buddy?
No, how are you,
Mate,
mate?
I'm fucking terrific, Tom.
You seem like a little bit broken.
I'm a little bit broken. I've had a couple of little rips. The wedding yesterday, shout out to Am and Lockie for having us. A wonderful occasion, Tom. Out in the fucking desert, Palm Springs. A beautiful little estate, a nice vista, big rolling mountains behind us. Mountains that I don't think would be too out of place on Mars, Tom, if I can describe it that way.
Oh,
Not a lick of foliage, just
okay.
rock.
Yeah, all right.
But
Barren escarpment.
big and barren. Barren, but beautiful. Beautifully barren. Palm trees, but they love fucking pouring the water on here. I don't know where they get it from, Tom. I don't know how they do it, but it's literally the desert. And they've just lushed this shit up in parts. Nice little sort of like... Lake's not the right word, Tom. Dam's not either. Like a little bit of a lagoon.
Is it like a water feature, like a man-made water feature?
Yeah, but it's big and it's sort of like palatial.
Okay.
Which was behind, which set the mood. Palm trees everywhere. Palm trees just get you in the mood to sink piss, I think.
These are essentially what I have sitting behind me right now, palm trees.
Yes. Palms of any description, I think, makes one want to rip and tear. We had a fucking great time though, mate. Bit of a boogie.
Yeah, did you move? Were the hips
moving.
released in the US? Did you let them go?
Yeah, big time.
Now, what
I've been
happens in
moving
a
the hips
situation
the
like
whole
that? Because
trip.
obviously those hips are wild and untamed, like what I imagine some sort of highly evolved Pokemon. Like you throw that fucking ball down, your hips are released. Like, do you have to work to get them back, or do they know music's winding down, I need to return to the host sort of thing?
They just come back, you know. We've got an understanding, my hips and I, Tom. I let them do their thing and they let me do my thing. I just watch, really.
Yeah.
I'm more of an observer of the hips getting into their work, but I like to just take the chain off and let them fucking run free, wild and free.
Yeah, nice.
Like a Brumby running down the snowy.
Yeah,
Mountain
that's what I would have
range,
thought. Like
wind
a
in its
Brumby.
hair.
Yeah, no saddle,
Just
unbridled. I think is maybe the term.
Unbridled. Unbridled is exactly what I'm thinking, Tom. So, I mean, that was a sight for sore eyes for the Yanks. I don't think they'd seen hips like that for a while.
So Lockie's misso a Yank.
She is.
Right.
Texas girl, Tom, if I remember correctly.
So you had the Yanks
Obviously
wigging off your hips.
Yeah. I mean, people were calling me Elvis. That sort of.
Oh,
week,
they
you
thought
know
maybe
what I mean?
Elvis was back.
Yeah.
Is there a chance?
May he rest in peace.
Well, is there a chance we've got an osmosis situation on our hands?
Tom, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
Like, really honest with you? Brutally honest?
Be brutal.
I'm not ruling that out.
No. I didn't think
I think there's every chance that Elvis entered me via osmosis. I think there's almost no doubt about that whatsoever. Because at points last night, I was saying to myself, these hips should be illegal. It's as simple as that.
Yep.
And I think we all know that Elvis's hips were illegal. They were banned on TV. They were too sensual, too sexy. Dropped too many panties. And yeah, I'm happy to go with that, bro.
Hey, Ella. Sorry, I just saw
That's
Ella
Ella
walking
in the
around the background. And who was best on ground, if as it were?
Best on ground.
Like, are there any boys that we know? You know, I mean, I always like to see, you know.
Probably Nick Mallet. He was.
Oh, he was getting after
He was
it.
up and about. Yeah. He was loud and fucking boisterous.
How about old Johnny Ingate? King
Johnny
dribbler.
Ingate was there. Johnny was he's a little bit flat yesterday.
Oh, was
A little
he?
bit flat
Oh,
yesterday. Yeah, a little bit.
why is he flat? Is he?
I don't know. He ran out of puff.
Did he run out of puff? Fuck, the king dribbler. You would.
He ran out of puff.
All his
I
mates
know.
in
You wouldn't
town,
read about
the
it.
big wedding. You know, you'd think it's like
I
you're on
know.
his turf a little bit. He's going to fucking
You
show
think?
everyone how it's done. He's used to the air density over there, and he's just fucking pussied out.
Yeah. Well, he started well, Tom. He started well, but he didn't finish well.
Do you know what I actually would put that down to, Eddie? Is that he actually hasn't had enough time in the saddle with his Australian friends, and it's probably not as doesn't get into his work as much over in the US as he.
Are you suggesting that perhaps he's lost his way, Tom?
He's lost some conditioning.
I think he's lost some conditioning. I'll give you the fucking hot tip. There was a stark contrast between our table 5, full of Aussie larrikins, I suppose you could say, and the other tables. Okay. There was a lot of yip and yahoo at the Australian table. That's all I'll say.
Were you on the Australian? Was it divided along racial lines? Was there an Australian table?
Well, there was like 6 or 7 tables, right?
And you were the only
generally at weddings, you're gonna be seated next to your mates.
No, I know
you've been at weddings in the past where that hasn't been the case, but generally speaking, that's how it's done.
Thank God for you guys. Yeah, right. So what were there like American jock dudes and stuff there? You know, like, hey, I'm Hoyt.
Hey, mate,
there
was. No one struck me as like a jock.
Did anyone wear like those fucking high school football jackets and shit to the wedding?
No, but the recoveries today, and I'm like, oh, am I seeing them today?
Yeah,
Is
dude.
today the day?
Can you get me some photos? Like, even if you can just manage to snap a couple of yanks in some high school football jackets, you know, like
if I see a
tossing the football at the recovery and shit.
Jacket today, throw the pigskin.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll be throwing the pigskin today,
yeah,
mate.
I would hope so. You know what I mean? Like, you had a footy out at your recovery, and we were just there passing the fucking steeding around. I just would have hoped culturally that the Yanks would have been doing the same.
You would hope so, Tom. You would hope so. I'd be put it this way: I'd be shocked if I don't see a pigskin today. Shocked.
And a high school football leather jacket.
Well, that's par for the course over here, isn't it?
I got to say this.
That was the impression I was under.
I got to say this. Obviously, you know, you and I own this business, this dog and pony show, this juggernaut. But
that's what the ASIC company forms would suggest. Yeah.
Thank God they would. Although I've never looked at them, you could definitely put this whole thing in your name.
Imagine that. What a ruse that'd be,
dude. That would have been one of the great ruses. Imagine that. It's like some podcast out where you just completely fucking.
Yeah, let's go, mate. You're too trusting.
Yeah. Way too trusting. Anyway, all I'm saying is I know that, like, as far as ASIC documents suggest, you are a part owner, but I'd be very worried about Jack Archdale because he came in with one of the great Hello Sport debuts of all time on Thursday. He came in hot and horny. We smacked a bunch of big day rosé, and 2.5 hours we did. You don't have that sort of puff in you anymore. You know what I mean? You're a fucking, oh, shit, half an hour, I'm starting to get tired. Jarch is in there just like, yeah, give me more of this.
I think that's a little bit unfair, mate. No, I heard he did well, and I like seeing our boy Jack Edward Archdale flourish, Tom.
Yeah,
he's come a long way from that shy little boy that we fucking met at university.
Yeah, the scrawny
you
little...
stick a mic in front of scrawny little ratty little kid with long hair and fucking acne up
and
to
a
his
Jedi rat's
eyebrows.
tail out the side of his head.
Yeah, and missing a chin, and you just looked at him, and no one saw potential, Tom. No one saw potential except you and I, because we're fucking visionaries. Like Van Gogh and fucking Picasso and
dude,
shit.
yeah,
like
we're a couple of Van Goghs.
Couple of Van Goghs. And we saw potential in that little rat bag, that little fucking townie, and we thought, there's something there.
There's something there. I don't know
so
what it is.
It warms my heart, fills my heart all the way up to the brim, Tom, to see that little townie doing well.
Yeah, flourishing.
Fuck,
Fruits is covering some K's in the background there, isn't she? Back and forth. What's her step count
everywhere.
this morning? She's running around. What's going on?
I don't know why she's running.
She's
mate.
closed the door.
I couldn't tell you. Why are you in a rush? Are you going? Are you? Do you want to get me a margarita and bring it up?
Get him a margarita.
Elle, I ran you around fucking Palm Springs yesterday, pulling over on the side of the highway. She was vomiting. She was sick as a dog.
What, hungover?
Mate, we're literally fucking driving around town. First, we go to the grocery store. I'm like, do you want me to get you something? Went and got her a Sprite. She's like taking tiny little sips. Got her some Doritos. No, I don't want Doritos. Fuck, what do you want then? I don't know. Got to vomit. She gets out, vomiting in the car park. Then we get in. She's like fucking curled up, shaking and shit on the
This
fucking
pre-wedding?
passenger seat. Pre-wedding, yeah.
Oh.
And went to Macca's. They don't have all day menu here, bro. It's just breakfast. And she didn't want anything on the breakfast menu except the hash browns. Got her 4 hash browns. She didn't eat them. Then I have to pull over onto the side of the fucking highway. She's booting in the cactuses, essentially. She was a complete and utter mess. Ran around all morning, and now all I'm asking for is a margarita.
Yeah.
And I'm getting fucking Narbra.
No, dude, you gotta put that foot down. Just you hold your breath and stamp your feet until you pass out.
Which is what Jarch used to do.
Yes, exactly. That's what Josh used to do. But that's you do. Can you not call room service right now and get a fucking margarita sent up for us? Like, I'd love to just at least.
I don't know if they've got room service here, mate.
Oh, shock!
I don't think
this
they
fucking
do.
shithole you're staying in.
Shout out to Mushin who booked it.
I was gonna say, I'm
shocker.
like, Mushin, what are we doing, bro?
Yeah. I know. Mushin knows what he's done.
Oh, he does.
Mushin knows. Mushin's aware.
Okay.
Mushin's aware of his mistake.
How many people's he booked into this shithole?
Me and Ella and him and his missus.
Oh, that's
everyone else is at the other fucking nice one.
Isn't that
Pools
the
and
worst?
shit.
Dude,
We're in the fucking shithole around the corner.
Do you nip around
no
there?
internet, no room service. Huh?
I'd be nipping around where everyone else is staying just to hang out. That's what I did when I was in fucking Italy for a wedding, and me and Steph stayed in one of the great shitholes all time. And I literally just it's like when you stay at a friend's place and you just don't leave until you absolutely have to. I was like hanging by the pool and like nipping up to other people's rooms and shit. I'm like, oh yeah, what's going on?
Mate, I could do that, but yesterday I was driving Elsa around.
Oh yeah, old Bootsy McBoots.
And then old fucking Booty McBoots over there. And then today I'm doing a podcast.
Yeah,
you
are.
So
You're doing a podcast. What time is it over there?
Never stop. It's 12:33 p.m, mate.
Okay. So did you have a nice sleep in? You been having sleep-ins, buddy? I've been thinking of you every time I wake up at 5 in the morning going, Eddie would still be asleep.
Yeah, I've been getting up. Like, if I had to give you an average, Tom, I'd say 10.
Fuck, that must be nice.
I would say I'm doing a 10 a.m. average at the moment.
That's really good.
I'm feeling fucking terrific. I don't know if you can
No,
tell.
you do
I'm a
look
bit flat
good
today, obviously.
Well, that's
But
fine.
generally speaking, I'm fucking terrific.
You know what? It's been lighter duties back here in Australia for me as well, generally. So I do feel like I'm on some sort of weird purgatory holiday. I do a little bit less. I haven't been wearing shoes, which has been nice. Obviously, I am wearing them now because I'm on camera. But like, just generally speaking, nipping around, shoes.
Well, mate, if one of us goes away, the other must
fucking chill.
unwind.
Yeah.
It's-
I said this on the last podcast with Jack Edward Archdale, the 2.5 hour epic they're calling it. Moving to Bondi, got a house.
Oh, you got one?
Got one, brah. Got one.
Are you happy with it?
Yeah. It's definitely like after seeing the shit we almost moved into, it was like, oh my God, thank fuck we just waited.
Did they rip your eyes out?
Mate, it was $100 more than that shithole in Edgecliff that like was one of the most depressing places I've ever seen. So not really, to be honest. What we're getting in Bondi
Mate,
with the car park, like fucking, we're doing. It's like obviously more exy because it's fucked at the moment. But even like just generally speaking, it's not too bad considering like what we've got. Bit of a backyard and shit.
I find the jump from that Edgecliff number to now your number is like there's a big difference in what you can get.
Yes, massively. And that Edgecliff number they've started dropping that number because that place is a fucking shithole of all
They were taking
shitholes.
the piss.
Taking the absolute piss. It was optimistic.
And is it fair to say that they didn't have other people?
Yeah, they lied to us. And that's why they weren't going to give us our fucking deposit back, which is fine. That's the rules. Them's the rules. But that's why, because there was no one else waiting in the wings. They always do that. Even in this joint, the place I'm currently residing, the real estate agent was like, oh, you fucking want to move quick? They've got a shitload of people here. It's like, this place has been empty for 4 years, dog. You reckon there's someone that's just come along?
Well, it's the same with it's the same with our studio. Remember, he's like, mate.
That's what I mean.
Mate.
That's literally what I just said. Those are literally the words that just came out of my mouth.
Sorry,
Actually,
buddy.
the exact
You lagged.
words
You
that-
lagged right at the fucking time.
Okay. Because I was kind of shocked that you were repeating a story. I was like, it had just left my lips, and then you were like, "Yeah, what about that one?" I'm like, "Yeah."
No, I got fucking done in by the lag, bro.
Dude, the lag will do you in.
Yeah, lag will fucking do you in, mate. Don't worry about it.
It's the only thing that I'm like, I'm complaining about it, but I am talking to a man on the other side of the world. Like, I don't have many things to complain about when I'm able to converse with me mate on the other side of the world. But, like, if I had to whinge at all, it'd just be the lag.
Yeah. I'd be right there with you. I'll tell you what else does me in, Tom. Traffic in LA.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it. Well, I remember it vaguely when I was there, but it was a long time ago.
We obviously I'm not from Los Angeles, Tom. I haven't spent much time there.
Get out of here, really.
And I wasn't aware of like the do's and the don'ts, essentially. So you don't drive out of LA on Friday afternoon. Apparently it's a don't. And that's what I did. And so a trip that we thought was going to take 2 hours took like closer to 6.
No, that bad.
You know when you like on Google Maps when it's red?
Yeah.
It was red the whole way.
Oh, fuck me.
And like we'd zoom out on the map and we're like, oh fuck, we're getting close to the end of that red. And then when we got to the end of the red, Tom, it would just extend.
Oh, Jesus.
Had me convinced that I was the red. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right.
I'm just looking at myself. Listen, I'll give you the hot tip. If I wasn't in holiday mode, right? If I wasn't completely zen after 7 glorious days, I would have fucking blown it top.
Yeah.
Blown it clean off.
At least tell you what, that would be stressful as well. If you don't have like the fullest tank of petrol and you're sitting there and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to run out of petrol on the fucking highway.
Oh, mate, thank God I did. And literally, like everyone's like, oh, was it a nice drive? I'm like, no, it wasn't a nice drive at all. It's fucking 6 lanes of traffic. They're like 7-lane highways over here, bro. Each side. Fucking massive.
And just everyone's
choked.
Why is anyone going at that time? I guess obviously you have to, but like 6 hours.
Where are these cunts going? Where is everyone going? Who are these people? Fuck, it did my head in. And the whole time you're driving along, it's just like dirty, like dirtbag lawyers trying to like go and fucking, you know, you got a compo claim. Do you want to sue someone? Like, if you've been in a car accident, fucking call us. We'll rinse you. Every sign.
Oh, signs. I thought you had like fucking dirtbag lawyers walking through traffic being like, oi.
Mate, they may as well have. Unbelievable.
So I wonder what it would be, because I remember listening, like when you listened to podcasts during COVID from like, you know, your LA comedians or fucking whoever. And they were like talking about during COVID, like traffic was just fantastic in LA because no one was doing anything. I wonder how long that trip would take. Like, what was the distance of the trip? Is it to Palm Springs you were going to?
I'll get it up.
Because like the distance, that'll give you a real indication of how fucked traffic is. Because I mean, it's funny. I hate traffic. Obviously, if you've got somewhere, like if you've got somewhere to be or you're up against it from a time perspective, traffic is fucked. But there is a part of me that also is like, if I've got enough good distractions on board, I can handle it.
So if I leave now on Sunday at 12:30, it'll take me 2 hours and 30 minutes to get to LAX. It took me 6 hours.
But is that as in it would take us 2.5, 3 hours to get to Bathurst. That's more distance than traffic. I wonder if yours is still more of a traffic than distance. Like, what is the distance?
It's 145 miles.
Oh, okay. No, that's probably,
that
that's like what, a couple of 100 Ks, is it?
233 Ks.
Yeah. So that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, but it's Sunday, so it's light on, you would think.
No, of course. That's what I mean. But if you're doing Friday Arvo, that's one of the great cunts all time.
It was fucking tough.
How'd the back hold up?
Mate, the back's been great.
Oh, good.
The back's been terrific. It's just you got to unwind, bruh. You know, once you're completely unwound,
yeah,
your back will be good to you.
Do you think you were just carrying too much fucking stress in the back?
I don't know what it was, mate, but it was fucked. It was awful, but I'm brand new now.
Yeah,
Back's
yeah,
never
right.
been better.
And
Never been better. I'm not even stretching. It's better.
oh, really? That's what I mean, though. Relaxation, having nothing to worry about. When you're back here, you know, shit, when am I going to sit down and do a podcast? Or fuck, when am I going to sit on the couch and order a fish bowl? You can do your head in. You get yourself in knots.
It's like fuck me dead, mate. I got to play pool now. Like it's tough.
You've left
really
me here.
tough,
You've left me here in a ball of fucking stress.
You look so stressed, dude. You look fucking awful.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Ball of stress. How did you how's your car? Have we found it?
Mate, can I tell you something? There are like miracles exist.
Okay.
There are miracles in the world. Like they happen from time to time. I have been blessed with what I can only refer to as a honeymoon miracle. The car has been returned.
Yeah.
It's with the police. They're doing swabs and analysis and all that sort of shit. There's not a scratch on it.
Are you worried about there being like cum in there or something? You know what I mean? Like
Nothing a deep clean won't fix, mate. Take it to Crystal Car Wash. Get the deep clean. Problem solved.
yeah, that's true. You need a deep one though. Because there will. I remember our house got robbed when I was little, and coming back into the house after it got robbed, it was like, you know, I felt like it was the only house I'd ever lived in to that point, and I was like, oh, this feels like it's been soiled. Like it felt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mate,
it's gonna feel a little bit soiled for a while. I think you're gonna need to get a bit of fucking your own soil back into it, if you know what I mean.
It's going to be sullied. I know that for damn sure. I mean, I think they would have got up to no good in there. I think we can safely assume that. But a deep clean, Tom, and getting Tonka back into the back of that thing, just fucking hair that fucking back seat up, then we'll be fine.
Why would you steal a car and not fuck it up? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to steal it, you're either going to get rid of it, chop it up for parts, if I'm just thinking, you know, Fast and the Furious sort of shit, chop it up for parts, or just go and fucking
At least
do
take the
some
wheels
doughies.
off, mate. At least jack it up and take the wheels off.
But why not some doughies, you know what I mean? Like, why aren't there any scratches?
Circle work, Tom.
Yeah.
I don't have a fucking answer for you outside of the fact that it's a honeymoon miracle. That's all I can put it down to.
Yeah.
I was talking to Will Harry in front of the show, and he was saying, mate, I didn't want to wig you out because you're on your honeymoon, but if that thing's fucked or if you don't find it, you are in for one of the great cunts of all time. Like, it's going to be an absolute nightmare for you.
Why?
He's like, the insurance process is one of the great ball aches of all time, getting coverage on a car that's been stolen. Outside of the fact that there's like a 6, 7, 8, 9 month wait for fucking utes at the moment. So it would have been an absolute disaster.
So they just would have made it hard for you to get any insurance on a stolen car?
Well, of course they would have, Tom. Why would they want to pay me?
No, they're not doing their
They're
job.
happy to, they're in the business of collecting money, mate, not giving it out.
Much like strata companies.
Well, exactly right, Tom. Much like Strata, who take your money and do absolutely
nothing. I'm happy to report still no toilet paper or soap in our communal toilets.
I'm of the opinion that our Strata specifically is in the business of just going, let's see how much of the piss we can take. Like, let's literally do nothing and just keep fucking putting that invoice in and see if they pay it.
Yeah.
And we do.
And, well, as soon as we say we don't, they go, well, okay, you need to pay it now or you get kicked out. Okay, well, here you go. Here's the money.
Okay, exactly right. But I'd like to shout out the Gordon fucking Special Task Force. Gordon Police Task Force, Special Task Force. There was a task to be done, Tom, and they did it.
They fucking oath they did it forcefully. Do they know have they found the little fucks who stole your car?
They haven't. I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't had any communication with them, Tom, recently. I don't. If I had to fucking guess, I'd say no.
You just let the task force do their job. You're not going to fucking micromanage a task force.
I'm not going to micromanage the task force, Tom. I don't think that's my place. I don't think that's my role in this situation. My role in this situation is to have my ute stolen and then return to me scratch-free. That's my role.
Yeah.
And I'm just playing my role best I can.
Now, I don't want to put any blame on two wonderful people, Tim and Nicola Dumbrell. But, I mean, do you think that they just maybe left the car unlocked out the front of the house, music blaring? Maybe Tim was
Tom,
getting
I'm
under
not
there
gonna
trying to do some work
say-
under there, and then he's going, fuck, whoops, left the doors open with the keys in and fucking the engine running.
Tom, you know Tim.
Yep.
One of the great father-in-laws of all time.
Great man. Shout out to Island Curries. Seriously good
shout out
curries.
to Island Curries.
Not an ad, but fuck me, they're good curries.
It's not an ad. It's not an ad, but it's the best fucking curry you can buy in a packet, and you can add it to
Objectively,
fucking any
everything.
dish.
Seriously.
Objectively,
No,
any
no.
dish, and it'll punch it all the way up.
You all the way up.
All the way up. I'm not going to sit here, Tom, on my podcast and suggest for a moment that my father-in-law left the car open. I'm not going to do that.
And running.
I think it'd be unfair
Yeah.
to do that to him, Tom.
Yep.
However, I will also say that I can't know for sure. I can't know for sure.
How can you know?
You can't know for sure.
No.
He didn't blink twice about the fact he locked it. He didn't blink twice.
No. Well, he's got a good
But
poker face.
I can't be sure. I can't be sure that he blinked at all, given that it was on the phone. So
Well, see, that's also the problem. You need to eyeball that man. You need to get on a FaceTime
Yeah.
and go, Timothy, did you
I
leave that
think
thing
I
unlocked
think
with the keys in the car?
when I get home and we lock eyes and we embrace, I'll
Yeah.
know then.
You'll know.
I'll know.
Only then will you be able to really know. Oh, look, if you want, I can go over and embrace him just to try and get a vibe. Like, for you, like, nip over to their place, just go and give him an embrace and just feel the energy. And I go, I'll know as well. Like, I'll be able to go, no, this fucking guy left the car on, unlocked. Or,
listen,
no, he's telling the truth.
If he left it unlocked, the energy will be palpable, Tom.
Yeah, no, it'll explode through my body. I'll feel it. I'm
you'll
a
feel it.
vessel for energy, dude. I'll be able to pick that up straight away.
We always have been, Tom. You've always been an energy vessel, a vessel of energy.
Yeah. Well, for energy, not of energy.
Well, but you're full of energy.
So
'cause you're
then
a
I am.
vessel.
Yeah, no, that's a good point, actually. I didn't think about it like that.
You know, energy flows through you. So at any given time, you are full of energy.
Yes, so I am a vessel of and
Or
for.
low on energy.
Vessel of and for energy. By the people, for the people. Now, Eddie,
But
go.
I will say this. Let's assume that Tim did lock the car, Tom.
Yeah, let's assume that.
Then, you know, having fucking 6 cops running through your house at 2 a.m. was probably a big day for him.
6
so for
cops
that,
went through
I
their
apologise.
house.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Checking the windows, fucking lights in there.
Hold on, but did they hear that? Did they wake up to the car getting stolen?
No, they woke up to the cops banging on the door.
How the fuck did you know the car was stolen, though?
Because it's registered there. It's registered there.
So the cops started chasing this car, and that's how they knew the car had been stolen.
So supposedly, the cops just like sit at certain fucking checkpoints, and like if they see at 2 a.m. a car going pretty quick, full of fucking youths, they may think to themselves, something's up here. Then they fucking go to flag him down. The boys pedal to the metal, wrong side of the highway, which I'll give him credit for that. It's pretty fucking ingenious.
Dude, wrong side of the highway is ballsy as all fuck, dude.
Yeah, but then they stop chasing you. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's all balls, bro.
Yeah, but how are you then getting back to the other side of the highway?
I don't know.
You know what I
I've got
mean?
no
Like,
fucking
that's
clue.
a...
I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Not a hoodlum.
Maybe they take an exit. Maybe they go up an exit.
Yeah,
I don't
again,
know.
that's
It's fucking wild.
that's hairy. That's as hairy as it gets. That's Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy.
It's
dude.
Terry that's all from Donaldson's Dairy. And so then they lose them, right? And then they'll go, okay, we've got the number plate. Where's the ute registered to? Nip round there on the fucking door. Tim wakes up like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, mate, your car's, does Edward Simpson live here? And he's like, no, he's not here. He's fucking overseas. What's going on? They're like, what's his date of birth? He's like, fuck, I don't know his date of birth. Like, he's rattled. And he's let him into the house, and they're going through all the fucking, they're in the bedroom and shit. They're in the bathroom. They're checking all the windows. Like, apparently it was very fucking intense.
Oh, Jesus. Well,
Yeah.
okay, then maybe we are unfairly accusing Timothy of being involved.
Yeah. But fucking Tonka was in his crate, as he usually is at night, and now Tim's like, "Fuck that! He's out of his crate from now on." He would have fucking imagine that.
Yeah, dude, Tonka would have killed someone.
Oh my god!
But imagine some dude trying to break
Imagine he
in.
killed a cop.
Well, yeah, fruits. Woo! Ella in the background again.
Oh, Elza, are you getting that margarita? Hey, can you get me one or no? Are you not getting me one? You're a
Crying
bitch.
shame. Get him a cocktail, Ella.
Married life, mate.
Yeah, dude.
This is married life.
Once
you
they
do
lock
everything
you
for
down.
them, they fuck all for you. What'd you say? Nothing. Silence.
There you go. No cocktails.
No cocktails.
To be honest, if she'd got you one, it is fucking early, but I would have considered popping the top on a big day.
Guess how many I got her on Friday night when she was getting ready or doing something. 2.
Yeah.
And I can't even get one.
No.
It's tough.
It is what it is,
Tough out here,
unfortunately. Well, look, mate, we're all, as I speak on behalf of the community, Eddie, very pleased to hear that the big Ute's been returned. I'm still without a Ute, though, punters and dribblers. If you're from Big Ute, like, you need to get your shit together and give me a Ute, because I'm in need of a car, and I'd much prefer one that I didn't have to pay for.
Reach out, Big U is essentially what you're saying, Tom.
It is what I'm saying. It's exactly what I'm saying. And mine won't get stolen because I'll look after it. Now, Eddie,
Just don't leave it. Just don't leave it at the Dumbrells, mate.
Don't leave it at the Dumbrells, exactly, which I won't do. That's the rule. I you know, I was in a very uncomfortable situation. You know, I told you about my toilet issues at my house.
Yeah.
So, clogged toilet, still clogged. Not all the way clogged, though, because it still flushes, but, like, it fills up with water, then it drains slowly.
I thought there was a miracle.
So, it fills up, and then over, like, maybe a 15, 20-minute period, it drains. So, it's not an entire blockage, but something's going on. Now, friend of the show, Klutzy of Bloody Brilliant Beers fame, not the official plumber of the podcast, because that title goes to Baggy Green member Alex Ironside, who hasn't reached out yet with any help. Klutzy told me to pour a bucket of water down it. Once it's drained, pour a bucket of water down there, and hopefully that unblocks it. It did absolutely fucking nothing, Klutzy, just so you know. It was one of the great wastes of time. I just had to fill
How
up
quickly did you pour the water?
I mean, I didn't just...
Like, is it supposed to be like a sort of situation?
Well, you can't do that
like
because it'll
pour.
fucking... No, well, I didn't slow pour. It was probably mid-range, mid-high, medium rare sort of thing. Certainly wasn't slow.
Maybe you needed it well done.
Maybe you did. And if that is the case, that's on Klutzy because he didn't give me the fucking right info, right? If you're talking to someone who's not a plumber, you need to explain it to me like I'm 6 years old so that I...
Yeah, he needed to be more specific.
Yeah. So next port of call was Daddy had to go get a plunger. And unfortunately, there's only one thing you need a plunger for. So I'm walking around because I had a few errands to run, but I'm walking around with a fucking plunger under my arm, and it's like a beacon for like, oh, this guy's clogged a shitter. And it made me feel very self-aware walking around the street with this big fucking plunger.
Can I ask you something, Tom? Why did you buy a plunger and then walk around with it?
Well, it was I ordered things poorly. I ordered my shit in the wrong way, and I didn't go.
What errands were you running with the plunger?
Well, I had to pick up some things for home. My wisdom tooth is starting to play up again, so I need to go get some Savcol mouthwash, and I had to get something else. I can't remember what it was, but
So you're
unfortunately,
in the chemist with a plunger.
I had a big old black plungy under my arm, and even when I got it at Bunnings, this shout out to the Bunnings checkout chick who was at least honest with me. How much do you reckon a plunger sets you back?
$15.
$38 this fucking piece of shit cost.
Fuck off.
Yeah, $38, all plastic, fucking, not one of those old school plungers, one of those new fangled plastic ones that could be a musical instrument almost.
I haven't seen one of the new ones.
Oh, they're just like plastic sort of
handle.
Yeah, that's what I'm
rubber
like.
at the bottom situation.
This thing's like got a bit of a fucking cavern in there, like whatever. But as I'm checking out, and it's fucking $38, and I sort of look at, she goes, "Jesus, that's expensive, isn't it?" I go, "Yeah, better fucking work." And then she looked at me like, "That's awkward because you're talking about unclogging your shitter." And then I went, "That is awkward." And I just walked out.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Did she?
I said, "It better work." She went, and she didn't say anything back. She looked at me like, that's gross.
Oh, she didn't say anything back. I thought she said, well, that's awkward.
No, dude. She didn't say, well,
like,
that's
that's fucking outrageous.
No, dude. I wish. I'm not living in some sort of, like, comedy life, unfortunately. That would have been hilarious if she'd said that back to me.
Huh?
Oh, what are we looking at? What's going on? Oh.
Why? You can go now, Phil. But can you get me margarita or no? This margarita drama won't quit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is one of the great
fucking,
battles of all time.
We're in a standoff here.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, you didn't have to wait. I just wanted a margarita. I'll probably be another half an hour.
Get him a mug.
Get him a mug. Come on, people.
Come on, fruits.
Now,
Everyone start chanting it across the world.
everyone's chanting it. Everyone's going,
Get him a mug.
Muggy, muggy, muggy. They are.
They are,
fucking
Ella.
asking for it, El.
They are on the other side of the world.
You don't want the punters and dribblers on your bad side, El. Or you don't want to be on their bad side. Is probably the correct way to say it.
That
Now,
would've
Tom,
been-
I just want to get something fucking out there. Just cleared up.
Yeah.
Did you fix the shitter?
Haven't done it yet. I was nervous. On the surface, I looked calm and ready, but I was nervous. I got home
Drop
yesterday.
bombs.
Yeah, drop bombs. It's on today's job. I got a bit of fucking handyman work today, gurneying some shit, sweeping, unclogging a shitter, hopefully. But I was nervous about the unclogging of a shitter. I must have done it before, but I can't remember it, and there's a lot of pressure. Like, I don't want to get shit all over me if I can avoid it, you know?
Well, I think as well, Tom, outside of the fact that no one wants to be covered in their own feces, but there is also an element of, if this doesn't work, then I'm out of options. You know? And getting a plumber in, it's like, they'll rinse you. Plumbers like ripping your eyeballs out, and that's fine. They've got a shit job, pardon the pun, but it's sort of like, well, it's do or die, really.
It's on me. It's on me right now. My future is in my hands, but it's also mainly in the hands of the most expensive plunger on planet Earth. Like the margins they'll be making on those fucking plungers, dude, would be eye-watering. In fact, Eddie, we should be in the plunger business.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth, Tom. I heard $38. You know what I thought immediately? Margin.
Margins, dude.
Fat margins.
Big fat juicy
I reckon
margins.
you can't tell me that you can't get plungers out of China for $1 a pop.
Dude, I was looking at those.
can't.
I was looking at those going, they're $1.
You can't
If
tell me
that.
you can't, mate. If that. We go in there, we sell plungers online, $15. We undercut the market, and all of a sudden we're plunger barons.
Yeah. Plunger princes of plungers.
That's how our minds work, punters and dribblers. We're
Yeah.
always thinking, we're always scheming.
We just got to try and brand plungers now. You know?
Man, is that impossible, mate?
No, I don't think so. Something with like
No, it's not.
the plumbers something. You know, what is it? The plumber's fucking sword, the plumber's hammer of Thor, the plumber's like, what's its fucking, the plumber's pistol? I don't know. We'll work it out. Reach out.
Listen, it's a work in progress. I will do this, Tom. I think as a dear friend of yours, it's important that from time to time I'm your hype man.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just going to remind you of a simple fact that the last time you were faced with a plumbing issue, you overcame and you delivered.
That's a good point. You know what?
You know?
I'll document my attempts to unclog this fucking shit up. How about that?
I think so.
I'll promise that.
You know content's king, mate. You know content's king.
That's what it is. Steph's going to have to get on the fucking new iPhone and just get daddy plunging fucking to
Just working that shit
plunging
up.
his heart out. Work that shitter into the ground.
Just fucking play out that shit up, mate, you know?
My old man reckons one of the kids have stuffed a toy down there. I'm like, nah, bro. Nah. Incorrect.
Well, does he know his son?
Well, he initially, that was his second thing was toy. First thing was, has he dropped a Tommy in there? On that, everyone keeps asking about the old man's interview. Tech dramas. Yeah. Tech dramas.
Yeah. That's all we'll say about it.
That's all we'll say about it for now.
Put it this way.
Once we know for sure, then we'll fucking tell you what happened.
Yeah, we'll tell you. It's up in the air at the moment. It would be unfair as it's grey.
Yeah.
All I'll say is that it's not Tom or myself's fault. That's all I'll say.
Shockingly, it's not our fault.
It's not our fault. It's someone's fault.
Someone is to blame, not us.
But I mean, you'll know.
Oh, you'll fucking know, all right. You'll know.
Either you never get the interview and you'll know why, or you get the interview and
you'll
maybe
never know why you didn't get it on time. Yeah. And on that, Roger Fabri right now out and about, getting into his work. For those of you that don't know who Roger Fabri is, he's a famed rugby league sprint coach generally, but mainly in the rugby league world. And he's a character. And this is one of my favourite interviews. I'm not even fucking saying that. He was fucking funny and interesting, but bizarre.
That's exactly how I'd put it. I'd probably put a sprinkler weird on there too, Tom.
Funny, weird, interesting.
It started in such a fucking bizarre way. I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
No, initially, when it started,
I'm like, this guy is fucking crazy. Like, he's off his fucking rocker.
I think what we had to do initially was we had to go, okay, we need to pivot here. Because we started off we started off normal yarn, and he was getting buck wild, and it was like, oh, okay, we got to strap our fucking gumboots on here, our Wish Wellingtons, and get into the mud.
Yeah, mate. We had to put our Wish Wellingtons on immediately. Like when you ask, like a sort of not serious isn't the right word, but like a normal question potentially, and you get a weird response, and then you go, okay. Another normal question, more weirdness. Then you're like, okay,
I'm getting into it
Tom,
now.
Get the Wish Wellingtons.
Get the Wish Wellingtons. We're getting our hand. Get the work.
Because I'm gonna land into this.
Get the work clog.
I'm gonna land into this.
Hey, girl. Woo! Sorry, Fruit's walking in the background again.
Are you getting me one or not? Okay.
Margarita update.
Margarita update. My wife's let me down.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know. Devastating. It's all right. It's okay. Yeah, I am devastated. Yeah, I did.
Oh, no. That's tough.
No, that's all right. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. Off you go. Now, obviously, I'm upset.
Yep. It's all right. Take a moment.
Just cooling down. I'm just cooling down.
Hey, you take a moment.
I'm just cool. No, let me just cool down.
We don't the reactors to fucking. We don't need a Ned Noble over there in fucking Palm Springs, wherever the fuck you are. Calm.
No, I'm zen now. I've just gotta fucking calm myself down.
Through the nose, out the mouth.
Kid didn't get a margarita.
No,
Kid's
he didn't.
pissed off.
Kid's
I don't even know what we're talking about. Roger Fabri.
No, you're furious, dude. You're furious. I get it. It's all right.
I'm furious. Roger Fabri. He's now got my Wish Wellingtons on. It's fucking weird as shit. And then out of nowhere, it's like, oh, we're serious now. We're talking about some really serious shit.
Yeah. Someone left a comment that I really liked somewhere. It was like I had no idea at any point where this interview was going to go, where it was going, which I always think is kind of interesting, because it's like, you're not just going, so how do you fucking make them fast, bro?
So where were you born, mate? Oh, your childhood like?
Oh yeah. Boy, who's the biggest pest? Who's the biggest pest in camp? First question I asked someone. I bet you in like an interview we've already recorded, I'll fucking ask that question to someone. I look like an absolute asshole. Who's the biggest pest in camp, mate?
Yeah. I'm sure we have.
I'm sure we have.
But we were young and naive.
Oh, I'm sure we were, dude. Who's the
wet behind the ears, mate.
Dude, soaking wet. Soaking wet.
Anyway, all talk. It's out. Go check it out.
Go check it out. Justin Horro this week, eh? Oh, Ryan Grant. Ryan Grant. Sydney FC Socceroo fame.
Ryan Grant this week.
Yeah.
We've changed the order, have we?
No, I think that was always going to be because the World Cup's on.
Sure.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
World Cup is on.
Maybe we did change it. When's the World Cup start?
It started last night.
It started.
Qatar played Ecuador.
Score?
Ecuador beat Qatar.
Okay, cool.
2-0.
Shockingly.
Bruh, have you seen that they banned beer on the eve of the fucking tournament? I get it's like is it Muslim country?
Yes.
It's a heavily religious country where alcohol, I believe, is illegal, right? But they were like...
I thought alcohol was illegal the whole time.
Yeah, no, dude. They did a deal with Budweiser that in the fucking stadiums, all booze was allowed. And then literally 2 days before or a day before, they go, nah, alcohol's banned. And the Ecuadorian fans were chanting. I saw a thing. They're all chanting, "We want beer. We want beer."
That is that's a fucking serious wool pull. That is,
Dude, it's just like you know that
because they obviously knew that no fans would go if there's no piss.
Yeah, and they also though like you know that Qatar got the World Cup because they bribed the best. Like it's complete bribery, and now the whole tournament is just going to be this dry fucking joke.
Did you see the FIFA president's speech the other day?
Bro, I am gay. I am a slave. I am.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a meme out of that. I am gay one. Today I am gay, and it's just like when I see Ruben Garrick with his shirt off.
Yeah. Today I'm gay. But then how he's crappy on being like he thinks he can identify with migrant workers because he had fucking freckles and red hair. Like,
I didn't.
no,
I mean, that was one of the. Again, people just reach a certain point where they.
Bro.
How does someone like that reach a position of power at the highest level? Like that's delusion on a level I just don't understand.
Well, he's obviously one of the great bribers of all time as well, Tom.
Allegedly, maybe not.
Oh, it's all alleged.
Well,
it's all alleged.
in fact, it's not even.
I'm not saying.
I'm not even
anything.
alleging it.
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm merely making a suggestion.
An alleged, non-sincere suggestion. It's just seemed like.
What do you reckon Big Fat Sepp Blatter's doing at the moment? Is he just counting his money, looking at this?
Is
World
Sepp
Cup
Blatter
going,
still with
"Fuck,
us?
That paid nicely.
That old fuck?
I think he's still.
No, Sepp's with us.
Yeah, he's still alive.
He'd be as old as Methuselah.
He's 86.
Oh, that's not that old. It's old, but like, it's not 90.
What did Sepp get for the World Cup? Like, what was his fucking clip?
Kickback. It would have been fucking astronomical, you'd assume. Allegedly.
Tens of millions, surely.
Allegedly.
Well, I think he got,
when does
didn't he get
Australia
fucking-
play?
Did he get convicted?
No, of course not, dude. He'd be sunning that old wrinkly cock on a beach somewhere. Hopefully.
That's true.
I hope that for him.
Who's in our pool, Diordo?
So we've got France, Denmark, and Tunisia. And our first game is Wednesday, 6 a.m. Australian time against France.
France v Tunisia. Or sorry, who's in it?
France, Denmark, and Tunisia.
And the French were saying, like, there was a French newspaper saying that the French side's like the weakest they've ever had.
Karim Benzema is out for the whole World Cup.
Devo. We didn't pick Tommy Rogic.
So,
that's the
I,
controversial non-selection in the Australian side. Tommy Rogic.
Can you smell an upset, Tom?
Yeah, and I can't smell shit. So if I'm smelling an upset, then you know it's fucking coming. You know it's coming. I'm really excited for an upset. So we play Wednesday?
Yep, Wednesday at 6 a.m. against France.
6 a.m. I can do. 6 a.m.'s workable.
And then Saturday,
6 a.m.'s not too bad.
Saturday we got a 9 p.m. game against Tunisia.
9 p.m.'s good as well.
Well, I suppose it's in Asia, right? So it's the time zone's okay.
Yeah, that ain't too bad at all. 6 a.m.'s good.
Time zone's not too bad. Oh, you can't watch fucking jack shit over here. It's a pain in the ass.
I remember being over in the US for a World Cup and it was like a bit all over the shop.
Like, they're not going to be showing Australian games, I wouldn't have thought.
No, you wouldn't
And
think so.
You need a VPN. You need a VPN to be able to, like, it's all a bit much.
I've never got a VPN. Always thought about it, but it just seems like a pain in the ass.
It does. It strikes me as an absolute pain in the ass, Tom. And again, I'm on holiday. And it's too much admin for me, mate.
Yeah.
I think I'd fall apart at the
Mate,
seams
you
if I had to
can-
download a VPN.
You can barely get a fucking margarita at the moment. The last thing you need to do is
I can't get
fart
one.
around
I
the
can't
room.
get a margarita, Tom. I can't get one. Not that I barely can. I'm sitting here fucking margarita-less.
Are you thirsty, dude?
So thirsty. I'm fucking beside myself with thirst.
It's disappointing they can't bring one up. So, Soccer World Cup starts, and I'm
Maybe
very
I'll
excited.
go. Yeah, I'm pumped. I like the World Cup, you know?
Yeah. Where's it being shown?
It's a bit of
I think it's on
SBS,
SBS. Yeah.
Sweet. I was like, it better be on fucking...
Are
Freeway.
Optus showing it again?
I'm not sure about Optus.
Fucking Optus.
You remember Optus played the shocker of all time last World Cup?
It was like the worst thing of ever. Like the worst thing of all time.
Of all time, literally of all time.
Yeah. Optus. Shout out to him. Eddie, when we do talk rugby league on the show, Rugby League World Cup, it is thanks to our good friends at KO. Now all rugby league officially done for the year. But the last game was on KO on Saturday, 3 a.m. Juicy 3 a.m. Nice and early. Oh, no, there we go. My mic cut out. But shout out to KO. Love KO. Sign up to KO if you haven't. All the cricket, all this summer. Now the rugby league's over. KO, 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 KO. Make smart decisions. KO. We humped Samoa. And, look, I was all for the Magoo man that is the Rock coming out and pretending like he knew what the fuck was going on and giving him a rev-up speech that was 99% him just jacking his own cock off for fucking 5 minutes. And I did like all of the Samoans, getting up and about, like the Samoan people getting up and about for the World Cup. But as a proud Australian man, a humping was always on the cards and a humping they got. And I'm just fucking proud of the boys.
Mate, they got absolutely humped. Absolutely humped. It was a nice fairy tale. Samoa making the final. Shout out to them. Good to see them get it over the Poms. I love seeing the English lose, obviously. It was a nice fairy tale, but at the end of the day, when you're coming up against a powerhouse, more often than not, you're going to get spanked. Yeah. It's as simple as that. Too many weapons in the duffel. Like, if you looked at our side, you go, oh, my God, that side is fucking oozing. Yeah. Oozing talent.
Overflowing with weapons.
Overflowing with weapons.
Yeah.
And the renaissance or the rise, rather, of the Pacific nations is great for the game, sure. But at the end of the day, I'm really only interested in Australia humping everyone else.
Correct.
That's exactly what happened.
You basically, like, Mal Meninga could be, considered an arms dealer because of how many weapons he had in his duffel bag.
I think that, if he was to find himself in an international court somewhere, like maybe in The Hague, Tom, I think our Mal Meninga, he'd be in big trouble.
Huge trouble. Huge trouble.
Sort of stuff.
Well, I don't know how he was even allowed to travel with that many weapons. You know what I mean? Like, he must have had some high-level clearance to be able to bring that many weapons into England, the UK.
Well, he may have sailed them in, Tom, because I'm fucked if I know how he got them through airport security.
Yeah, well, those things beep fucking when you got your belt on, let alone when you just got a, 23 or however many weapons.
Unless he flew private, of course, which may have been the case.
That's probably the only way you do it, right? Fly private.
Mal reeks of private.
Yeah.
Absolutely reeks of it. Latrell Mitchell.
Thoroughbred. Trell Mitt.
Tedesco. Thoroughbred.
Sorry. Gussie Crichton.
Gussie Crichton.
Knocked out Chanel Harris-Tavita. I thought that was one of the great accidents all time. It didn't, there was so little time. I don't know if you saw it, Eddie, but he fucking clocked Chanel on the dome, knocked him out. But it was like he had 2 fucking seconds to... He did not even have 2 seconds. 2 seconds would be too much time. He had however long it takes to click your fingers.
I think Tommy had a split second.
Yeah, a second. Yeah, a split second. Everyone's like, what a fucking disgrace. I'm like, no, it's not. Get off my fucking boy. Yeah, it's a fucking
disgrace if you slow it down to super slow-mo. Shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
People are too quick to wins these days, Tom. We've been over that, Tom. Everyone needs to fucking take a chill pill and relax.
Yep.
Angus Crichton's the nicest guy you ever meet.
Seriously. Just a sweet, genuine boy. Muscular, thick, solid.
I was reminded, Tom, in the post-celebration photography of how elegant and understated Cam Munster's tattoos are.
They are definitely elegant and understated. I was looking at them as well, Eddie, and it's funny, you and I have very similar brains. I was doing a real zoom-in work going, what the fuck are they? I couldn't make out what they were. Lots of fucking really weird colours, I couldn't... Listen. Colour was a bold choice by Cam. Really bold choice. On that white canvas of his.
On that white canvas. I will say this for Cam. And I think he'd probably agree with this. I think that colour only works on a guy who plays footy like he does.
Yes. Yeah. And he knows.
If he was to be, I don't know, a third-grade Oztag player and he rips the fucking kid off after a game just to have a cold beer with his mates and he was working that, I think a cursory eyebrow would be raised.
Yeah, well, I think, it's drawing attention to yourself for the wrong reasons. Let your Oztag work speak for itself.
That's right.
Don't have it be the
That's
flashy
right.
multicolored tattoo because that will confuse people.
Well, you want to be the guy who set up. You want to be remembered as the guy who set up 4 tries and scored 5 of his own, as opposed to the guy with that weird coloured tattoo.
Yes, but if you Cam Munster playing the rugby league at the highest level, then that's a fucking sick tat.
It's a sick tat.
Yeah.
It's a fucking tats tat.
Yeah, it's mad. Elegant, understated, sick.
Correct. But I still don't know what the fuck it is. So
No
Cam,
idea.
reach
No,
out.
no,
I'd
no,
like to know.
If someone reach out, tell us what it is. Cam, come on the podcast. We'd love to look at the tat.
Come on the podcast, Cam. I think that'd be fun.
I'd like to
He's
get
got
Cam
He's
on the
got-
fucking podcast.
Well, he's got rip and tear in him, Tom.
Well, the
He's got rip and
YKTR.
tear
Well,
in him.
fucking, where's Braith and Asta? He's a friend. Oi, Braith, can you get your boy on the podcast, please?
Braith, come on. It's
Come,
time.
Braith.
You know that Tom and I have got a delicate hand, delicate touch?
Yeah, we ain't out to fuck ya.
Nah. But we will rip and tear with him, know that.
Look, if he wants a big day rosé,
But we'll close the doors, it'll be fine.
we'll close the doors, we'll close the curtains. You won't have any Daily Telegraph journos poking their fucking heads in.
No. No, the curtains are too thick, mate. Doors are locked.
Adam Elliott could jam his dick into a schooner glass here and no one would know about it. Put it that way.
That's how I'd put it, Tom.
That's how we
That's
should
exactly
put it
how I
to
put it.
every potential NRL player who comes in here. You can jam as many dicks into as many schooner glasses as you want and no one will know.
No one will ever know. That's our promise. That's a Hello Sport.
That's a Hello
promise.
Sport promise.
Put your dick in any glass you want in here and no one will ever know. That's a Hello Sport promise.
Mate, you know what we're going to do? We probably need to step up our game here in terms of places rugby league players can jam their cock because I don't know if there's enough in the building. But what we do promise, and this is a Hello Sport promise, is that you can put your dick wherever you want outside of outside of us, and no one will know.
Yeah, we're not included, but you can put it in Fatty Vorton if you want.
You can put it through the Fatty Vorton glory hole. You can put it through his eyes. Actually, there are some holes where Fatty's eyes are. We've got plenty of glassware. We've got some pool table pockets, with or without the balls. That's your choice. Time crisis, gun holsters,
Ned Kelly helmets.
I mean, mate, the list goes on and on and on. You'll be able to find some place to put your dick.
I think there's a wine rack over there.
There's a wine
plenty of
rack.
places.
Yeah. There's some good stuff here. So, just the office stands wherever you want. No one will know except us. It'll be our secret that we may talk about at some point.
Correct. So shout out to Australia. It warmed my heart seeing the boys get it done.
Yeah.
It really did.
Yeah. We were number 4. We were ranked 4th in the world going into that World Cup. What a
Yeah, I
dumb,
know. Yeah.
What a load of shit. But
Yeah. It's because we lost a fucking friendly to Tonga like 4 years ago.
Okay, cool, sure, okay. They're now talking about making Tonga and Samoa tier 1s,
Well, they're going to have to.
but
mate.
then
I
all
don't know how
those
you make a
boys
World
can't
Cup
play
final.
Origin. No, I know, but even Tonga.
No, they'll have to. They'll change that.
And then they'll change the
Doesn't make
Origin
any sense.
eligibility. But then they'll have to change the Origin eligibility because there's no way.
But we talked about that last week.
No,
Who
I know.
gives a shit?
But it's just like those things will be. I reckon it will force the hand of the NRL.
Has to.
If the Samoans and Tongans are all ineligible, then it will force their hand. So it'll just be interesting to see what happens there. Eddy, signing news. Signing news. There's immortal blood running through the club of the Manly Seagulls. Obviously, you've got your Fultons, but I mean of a John's persuasion. Did you see this?
Is that right?
Did you see this? You're aware
I
of
didn't
this?
see that. Is
Cooper Johns.
Is Cooper fucking coming to the peninsula?
Cooper has signed. Cooper's in the gym in a Seagull singlet doing bicep curls. Cooper's fucking in the club, dude.
Mate, I tell you what's better than having fucking one descendant of an immortal at the club. Two. That's right, 2.
Is there any other club in the NRL that has descendants of immortals in them? Well, obviously Jack Johns, so that'd be the Newcastle Knights. But like,
Is Jack still at the Newcastle?
I think so. I don't know, but is there any with
I don't
2?
think so.
Is there? I think he is.
There's none. I don't think
there
I don't
any
think
with
anyone's ever
2?
said 2. No.
We're the only club with 2 immortal descendants. So, like, I mean, what the fuck?
You can't tell me. You can't look me in the eyes and tell me that that's not fucking impressive.
Huge for the club.
It's massive for the club. They'll grow an extra leg, Tom.
Yeah. Welcome, Cooper, officially I know that you're a Manly junior, but you know when it comes to the sort of the first grade squad, all big signings do go through us, and we just wanted to officially welcome you.
We would like to. Welcome to the greatest club of all.
Yep.
Obviously, your old man lives just up the road. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think Cooper feels at home at the club, Tom.
Well, that's what he said to us in our private conversations. He said, this was home for me.
In the private conversations we had that we said we wouldn't repeat, he spoke, at length about how much the club means for him.
Yeah, and that even when he was playing for Melbourne, it was like, this isn't home for me. This isn't where I want to be. I want to be on the fucking peninsula.
Well, that's right. And he remarked about how he may have, sort of self-sabotaged his career down there in the pursuit of signing with the Manly Seagulls. Which I thought was eyes up by Cooper.
Well, it was smart, it was honest, and at the end of the day, we're just happy to have him back where he belongs. And, just glad to play a small part in all of his success. Obviously, he looks to us as mentors generally. And,
I mean, and I'm happy to play that role, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm happy to play that role of mentor. I mean, I didn't sort of set out in my journey of life, as it were, to become a mentor, but having had that responsibility sort of placed on me.
Thrust upon me.
I'm happy to mentor where I can.
When you have responsibility thrust upon you, so I mean, you just have to, you sink or swim. And so when Cooper came to us and was like, boys, I want you to be my mentors, we went, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, we were both quite overwhelmed.
It was a touching moment. He's like, I see you guys as like, obviously Matty John's my dad, but like you guys are my dads.
Yeah,
I
mean? See you as my dad's heroes. Hero was thrown around quite a bit.
Yeah, that was where
which
you
was
lost
humbling.
it. Well, that's where you lost it when you heard heroes,
yeah.
And then once I saw you lose it, then I lost it, and I was like, well, fuck, this is
no,
big.
It was Waterworks when I heard heroes.
Yeah,
absolute Waterworks.
It was big.
But Cooper, your dads are proud of you, mate, and I can't wait to see what you do. Can't wait to see you wearing that ring.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful stuff. Keep getting those bicep curls in, dude. Look good.
Look great.
Yeah, it looked really good. Now, how long have we been going for, Toby? Because
1 hour 7.
1 hour. Eddie's keeping time here because the thing is that Eddy has got a thirst on him for a margarita, and I can see he's getting jittery, he's getting bouncy, and I don't want to keep him from his margarita. No, it's like, dude, it's okay. Don't worry, don't make any apologies. I'm just.
But we're like,
man's got a recovery to go to. The man's got a recovery.
Well, I've been wronged.
You've been wronged. How far away are you from your recovery? Like how far?
20 minutes or so.
Okay.
15, 20 minutes.
You get an Ubs there, I hope.
I'll get an Uber there, yeah.
What are you wearing?
By myself.
Yeah, that's tough.
Which is, it is what it is. What am I wearing? I haven't got changed yet, Tom. I don't know.
I realize you're not changed yet. What I mean is, what are you thinking about? Because this is like, what's the dress code for this recovery? Is it sexy, hot sort of linen vibes, or is it like shorts, boardies, swimmers, fucking horizontal season merch,
Well, listen, I could wear the horizontal season shirt, Tom, but I don't want to fucking
flex on everyone.
I don't want to peacock that hard,
Yeah, no, I get you.
Especially in another country. I mean, I could, but I don't think I will. I'll be taking a jacket with me, Tom. Know that. It gets fucking freezing here as soon as the sun goes down.
Desert life,
falls
brah.
off the cliff. Desert life, brah. Desert life, brah. But I'll get something fun on, mate. Something fun and flirty.
Yeah, good.
And I'll go out there and I'll rip and I'll tear.
Excellent.
Is what I'll do.
That's what we want.
Won't be a late one. Got to get up at Sparrow's Fart to drive back to LA because I can't trust the traffic, and I've got to make a flight to New York, and I can't trust the traffic. So now I'm all at sea.
Oh, dude, how much longer have you got over there?
I just under 2 weeks.
Okay, so it's still a bit of time. I was like, shit, I thought New York was the thing you were doing before you come back. You go to Mexico then, don't you?
Bahamas.
Oh, Bahamas. I thought you were going to Mexico.
Yeah, we changed our mind.
Smart. Do you know why that's smart?
Yeah.
I don't know, Mexico, cartels, obviously that's generalizing, but like you hear of people getting fucking killed in there. No, I hear these stories of like fucking tourists going over and getting shot, and I'm like, oh, that's intense.
Yeah.
Obviously though, that's probably America generally. I'm just scared of places where there's guns.
Mate, Bahamas looks fucking nice.
Dude, Bahamas?
So, yeah.
Bahamas sounds fucking glorious, dude.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mate, you look up photos of the Bahamas, you're like, oh.
Yeah. No, I would love to go to Bahamas. I would love to go to
yeah.
Bahamas. But
We just thought to ourselves, fuck, what does this honeymoon need? It needs Bahamas.
yeah.
That's what it needs.
I want
And that's what it's
take
getting.
you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama.
Baby.
We got a time difference here, a lag, so we won't be able to harmonise together, unfortunately.
No, we
across the
can't
seas.
harmonise.
do
But
it.
Tom, listen,
do it.
know this, mate. When I get back, we will be in harmony once more.
Yep, and I can't wait for that, mate. Send
I'm
my
very
love
pumped.
to everyone. Get that
I will,
margarita. Make sure Fruits gets you a margarita at some point. That's all I'd say.
Listen, she's left. She's left without me. That's fine. That's cool. I told her she could. What I hope she knows is that I haven't forgotten this.
Good.
I haven't forgotten being slighted.
Yeah.
And she'll pay a heavy toll if she doesn't make amends.
Well, I tell you what, we hope that tomorrow she's all spewy and all you have to do is just give her a plastic bag and go, sorry, doll, we're not pulling over. Boot in this bag.
Just go.
Yeah, here's a plastic bag
oh,
for
you
you.
need help? You need some help, do you?
Oh, okay.
There's no help here, sweetheart.
Nah, sorry. This is what life with Eddy. This is what life with your new husband looks like now. You've slighted me. All it took was one margarita.
Yeah, I mean, and we wouldn't be here, You'd be getting taken care of.
Yeah, not now.
Not now. Not now.
Sweet, bro. I don't think there's anything else.
All right, bro. Oh, we beat fucking England 2-0 on the ODIs.
Oh, bro, no, that's shout out to one day cricket. I know they're saying it's a dying
jam
format.
that up,
But a dying. I love one day cricket, dude. It's fucking great. Like T20s are cool, whatever. They serve their purpose, but like it feels like
one day is a better.
One day is like having a day of Test cricket. It's just like one day of Test cricket.
You get a whole day, Tom.
Is there another one on today?
Yeah, it's 7:30 a.m. for me, I think.
Tuesday? Fuck, I love them.
I think it's tomorrow, yeah.
Just going, there's cricket on, sweet. I can mosey in and out of this thing all damn day. I tell you what else, Edward.
It's actually, Tom, I will say this as well, mate. It's actually more than a day's Test cricket. Because you get 6 hours of Test cricket. You get like fucking 8 hours in a one day.
It's a great point. And well, I guess there are a couple of day-nighters now with Test, but one thing that's worth noting is that it seems like, and this is just based on what I'm seeing, Edward, that Smudge has found his hands.
That's certainly the indication that I'm getting, Tom. Obviously, it's a little bit more difficult for me to enjoy the fruits of Smudge's work over here, but there is a vibe about town.
I believe he got a 50 and a 94. He got out 94 going for a big old shot to bring up the ton. I'm okay with that. But yeah, I think...
Well, you know how... You know the saying, beware a woman scorned, Tom?
Yes.
Well, beware a scorned Smudge Smith.
Who's found his hands.
If you think for a second that he wasn't fucking pissed off about getting left out of that squad, then think again. Because the kid's fucking found his hands in a big, big way. And if I'm the West Indies and I'm South Africa, I'm shitting my fucking pants. Because I reckon he goes out and spanks those losers all across the fucking ground this summer, humps them into the earth.
Yep.
That's what I think happens. I can see ton after ton after ton this summer from our boy Smudge Smith.
Yeah.
So let that be a warning to all you fucking losers out here there that think that Smudge has lost his hands forever, because you're wrong.
No, Smudge has found his hands. His hands are back, well and truly back, and Smudge about to fucking take some names.
When's the next World Cup? Is it next year?
The One Day World Cup?
Like the real World Cup?
Yes. I don't know when the next World Cup is.
2023.
Next year.
Yeah.
Boom.
Where is it?
In India, October, November.
KO, if you want to
think
send us to, I think you send us to the Ashes and then you send us to India.
That's certainly the whispers I'm hearing, Tom.
I'm hearing KO sends us to the Ashes and then back from the Ashes, quick, get on a flight over to India. You got to go watch some cricket.
That's literally what I'm hearing as well. So that's cool.
It's really good that we're getting the same mail.
Love that mail.
Love that. Don't think there's anything else. Love you. Have fun. Stay safe.
Love you, brah.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?